Hey guys, just a quick update. Made quite a bit of progress in the past few days working, some of it last night, a little bit this morning. Finally got around to adding some sound effects, which is pretty cool. Now when you shoot, you actually hear something. Um, you can see when I'm shooting two different blocks, there's a sound effect for the shot. Then when you switch them, there's another sound effect. And you heard there's like a little ticking sound, basically letting you know that you have a time limit, and the pitch actually keeps increasing every second to give you that sense of urgency. You can see here we have a door. Let me just change something here, and it's again so super simple. It's all I can make in Blender, obviously, but you have two different modes. You have a proximity, or you have a switch. So if you use the proximity, it's exactly what it sounds like. As you get close, the door just opens, and then the door closes. So super simple. Or you could switch it to obviously using a switch, and in this case it's going to be this little guy here. So some of the interesting things that you could do with the switch is obviously you could change how long the door's going to stay open. In this case, I'm making it really quick. So you would have to do something like this, right? You have to carry a little block, put it on the switch, and cross through the door. So again, just one more mechanic, right? So now you could create a puzzle where you would have to seek out a block like this somewhere, right? By flipping some blocks, eventually get to a secret room or a very hard to get room, get your block, carry it all the way down through the platforms so you can come to the switch, drop it on the switch, and then you can keep going. Another really cool mechanic that I'm super excited about, it came as an accident. But basically the idea is, what if you could switch yourself, right? So right now, we're just flipping objects, right? Cool, but what about if you could do it for the player? So what if the player could mirror its location and rotation with any of these objects here? And that ties really nice into the mirror, right? So the way you would do this is obviously you would have to hit yourself somehow. So you would come to a mirror, you would hit yourself, and you notice here the hand of the player is green now. So you can kind of see it, but that's the same thing as if when you shoot one of the objects here, it becomes either green or purple. So now you're one of the objects that's tagged. So think about this little puzzle here. You can switch yourself with any other object, and you can do something on the level, and then when the timer runs out, you're gonna go back to the previous location. So it's almost like a little time reversal thing. You have 10 seconds to do something on the level, and then you're actually switched back. So think about this little puzzle that just came up. Say that you want to open this door. You have no blocks here, but you have to find a way to actually open this. So check this out. You switch yourself with an up object up here, so you're on the other side of the door. Now you grab a block that you can carry, and what happens is you'll go back to your original location with the block, and now you can open the door and keep going. So those are the kinds of puzzles that I think would be really cool once I actually start building the levels. But gives you an idea of the kinds of things that you can do. And again, these are all playing on the same mechanic of switching objects. But now that you can do it with the player, that opens up quite a bit of possibilities here. I just saw the post actually before making this video on the forums, and somebody was asking about a checkpoint. There are checkpoints already, so if you hit the checkpoint and you die, you'll be basically transported to that checkpoint. So let me just show you what I mean here real quick. Checkpoint saved, and now I can just kind of see if I can kill myself here. Whoops. If I just fling myself off the world, I just come back to the checkpoint. So I'm trying to have this as a, you know, very quick death. You die, you keep going. Sort of like Super Meat Boy if you played that game. So you're not gonna have a screen. You're just gonna continue going and going and going. And another thing with the level linking system that I mentioned, maybe it sounds a lot more complicated than it really is. All it is that I'm doing all my management through a data table. So, because I was gonna hard code all these levels, right? So let's say you have 10 levels, and you have this little platform here, which is your goal. Once you hit it, it'll load level 2. Okay, so where are you gonna keep that data? I guess you could come up with an array and put it somewhere, maybe in the game instance. But to me, the easiest thing was create a data table that has a few things that are gonna be the same per level, right? So you're gonna have the level name, which is the row key, the music for the level, right? Each level may have different music. It's easier just to keep it here. The level display, and what's the next level here. So you can create 20, 30 levels, and then based on the structure on this data table, it'll automatically query the data table and load the next level. So you can see here we're right now on the example map. If I go through there, it's going to take me to level 1, and level 1's something I'm currently working on. And then once you complete level 1, it'll just take you back to the first person. So let me show you how that looks like real quick. And obviously don't mind the Star Fox music, that's a placeholder. But this is what I'm working on for the actual first level. It's going to be like a tutorial. So obviously in this part it's teaching you how to jump, right? So I'm again taking cues from Mirror's Edge. You know, the little red cubes are waypoints. It's kind of showing you. You can see the doors here are using proximity. And then this section is supposed to basically practice the jumping that you just did. And here you'll learn how to sprint, because otherwise you can't make the jump. And when you get here, then here's the very first time that you're going to see the blocks, and you're going to have some kind of tutorial text showing you that you have to switch the blocks in order to proceed. Same thing here, obviously a little bit harder. So if I do this, flip them, I can go through. And this is pretty much it, by the way. These are going to be really short levels, because obviously I have a lot of cool ideas on actual puzzles. This is just like the tutorial level where you actually learn to do super basic stuff. So here I am at the end of the level, and I hit the goal. It says level 1 complete, and it will take me back to the previous map, all thanks to the information on the data table. So obviously you can add a lot more stuff here. It's a lot more scalable, but this is what I have so far. One more thing I did want to show, which I think is really cool. I do have a main menu, and I've actually been working with a composer from LA. He's actually making custom music, and he's agreed to release it to the community as well. So when I do give away the project, it'll come complete everything you see, the entire game, with the saving functions, the level linking, obviously all the assets that I'm making, and it's going to come with its own music. So here's what the menu looks like right now. How cool is that? First time I'm actually collaborating with somebody, and obviously music is definitely my weakest. I know nothing about music, so we're actually going to have some decent tracks for the game. Cool, super excited. As you can see, I'm already starting to make levels just to test out some ideas. I have about 2 more weeks, so not a lot of time, but maybe even after Jam, if people are still interested, we could continue developing the game and adding in even more mechanics. So let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot.